Hello? Hi.
Hi, little biscuit.
This place is awesome.
Yeah, it's just for a little longer. Once that gig with HBO comes through, I'm getting my own place. In the meantime, I'm treating myself. Cheers.
Cheers.
Glad we're making this happen.
Yeah, me too. 2 months of knowing each other and here we are.
You know I'd offer you the role right now. This is basically just to appease the producers.
Right. I mean, they have to see something, or else I'd be someone who slept with the writer-director to get a part.
But you knew I thought you were perfect for the role, even before all that happened.
Yeah, and you came to visit, and the place was romantic, and yada yada. I mean, it would have been weird if it didn't happen.
For the record, I don't often let things go that far. But I feel like it deepened our trust for each other.
Yeah, I agree.
Trust and believe.
Like you always say.
So, I got you this plastic tie from the clinic for your arm.
Wow. So realistic.
Yeah, the less we leave to the producer's imagination, the better.
So, I had an idea on the way over here. What if, for the audition, we scrapped all this and showed the producers something else? Remember that night when we were drunk at the diner? The night we were craving biscuits and gravy when I made up that song. Ben and Joey went walking down the street. Ben turned to Joey, said, "Hey, wanna go crazy with crazy?" What if that was my audition?
But that's not the audition. I told you that the part where it changes for the character is...
When he goes from smoking crystal meth to shooting it.
Right, we've been over this.
Right, and for the audition, you just want me to inject myself.
With saline solution, yes. Just like we talked about. But we are looking for that honest moment of euphoria from the character. We can start when George gets here.
Wait, George is coming?
Oh, damn it. I forgot to tell you, my friend, the nurse, she had to pick up an extra shift today.
I don't know if I feel comfortable doing this with George here.
George is surrounded by this all the time in his line of work, and since he inspired the character.
Since George is a super active gay porn star, somehow that gives him authority on how one should inject oneself? It's just a weird thing to ask someone for an audition.
Do you not trust me? I will go to the bathroom and fill up a new syringe right now in front of you and prove to you that there's nothing weird going on. Ben? Why is there a dead catfish in the sink?
I bought it. In Chinatown. I was gonna gut it and leave it on your pillow.
Why would you do that?
Because this is all a lie.
Don't run from this. George is on his way, and when he gets here, it'll make more sense.
Joey. I know.
What are you talking about?
Why do you want to hurt me?
You are sabotaging this right now.
This all feels like a sick and twisted plan.
I don't want to hurt you.
when you tell someone that you want to watch them inject themselves with saline solution, it kind of feels like you might want to hurt them.
Okay, I didn't mean to scare you.
I'm not scared. I'm here. If I was scared, I wouldn't have come.
Well, George is great, and when he gets here, you'll see.
See what? Because I don't think we're trying to make a movie.
This whole time I've known you, all you do is just push yourself further away from the things that you want.
Well, I know I don't want this.
You don't know what you want. You want one thing till something better comes along.
For months, I have prioritized this until I realized I was being lied to.
Lied to. You were intrigued by what I had to say.
Yes.
Then you got this idea of who I am.
Yes.
Then you decided to slaughter a dead catfish and leave it on my bed.
Yes.
You're just as crazy as I am.
Oh yeah?
Hmm?
Joey Schlesinger. I'm just as crazy? What's up with the fact that you never told me your real last name?
Silver's the name I go by professionally.
Why? Because of these? Stalking, breaking, entering? What's up with that?
Get out.
Oh. Catfish got your fucking tongue.
Get out.
Okay. Fine. Even if this is a story that I'm making up in my head, I just want you to know that I don't think it's your fault.
All the work we've been doing.
I know, I just don't think I can be a part of it anymore.
Well, George is gonna be disappointed.
No. Nope. You can't guilt trip me with that.
I fought for you.
I want to believe you.
George is coming.
There's no script. There's no movie. You're not even who you say you are.
So you said it's not my fault.
It's not your fault what they did to you when you were a child, but you're a fraud. It's best if I leave. Oh, the catfish. Please don't contact me anymore.
Blocked.
Great. George.
Do I know you?
Oh, no, sorry. Just a fan.
would describe my drag, if I would even call it drag, is visually non-binary, in that there's a feminine face, but then masculine features such as a hairy chest or hairy legs. So kind of blending things that don't go together. Drag is inherently socially engaged. You can't have a society without drag, and you can't have drag without society, because drag is a rejection of society. It's a rejection of cultural norm and stereotype and construct. But if no one's actually seen you rebel and reject the society you're mocking, did it even happen in the first place? If a drag queen falls over in a forest and there's no one around to hear it, did it still make a noise? I kind of theorise that current contemporary drag performers who are kind of maybe new wave Renaissance drag, their drag persona is an extension of who they are as a queer artist. Which I definitely identify with, because whenever I put on my costumes and perform, I never think I'm performing as someone else. I think I'm just performing as me, but dressed up. Because if you're not dressed up, no one knows that you need to be looked at. But when you're dressed up, everyone knows that they have to look at you, so that's how you get the attention, really.
I started doing drag makeup in the summer of 2016, mainly because I was bored. And then when I started A-levels, other people liked it, and I do live streams and talk to people. A lot of what I do is revolved around hyperfemininity. I'm questioning that. Why I like learning about it so much is sort of figuring out my own gender identity, coming to terms with being non-binary. It is once starting university and learning more about Norwich's queer scene that I thought that it's something that I could continue doing.
If it had to be categorised, it's more like club kid, sort of just performer. I suppose it's hard to sort of fit it into a box or a binary or whatever when you don't quite fit into one. As soon as you say, oh, I do drag, people assume you do woman illusion. Which
to an extent, sometimes. It's not based on the idea of looking feminine.
I feel like I compare my drag a lot to people that are quite girly because I see them doing really well, and it almost feels like this drag isn't the right drag, to the extent of having been told before that this isn't drag. I view our drag as just as good as anyone
it's all
else's.
equally as valid.
The House of Days is a non-exclusive drag collective. A lot of drag places around the minute have very funny definitions about what a drag is. And we're just here to remind everyone that that's not for them to decide, it's for the performers to decide. The Norwich queer scene now engages with a queer fantasy more so than it does female impersonation. And the audiences who come to our shows have kind of welcomed it, they enjoy it, they think it's really cool.
I'd say it's quite close-knit. Like, we all know each other, we're all friends with each other, and we all get influenced by each other slightly, I'd say.
It's diverse as well though, and that's what I find quite interesting. That everyone is accepting, but everyone does different things.
The drag you go out in is basically a big symbol to all the other queerdos around that are like, oh, you're one of us, you're one of the queer scene. And it just helps people gravitate together, and there's just a great sense of community among us, I think.
We love a quick face.
First drag in the gallery was in November 2018. I kind of created this exhibition that would document the Norwich queer scene. As well as having art on the walls, it would have a live show, and that live show would feature the performers who were on the walls as artwork.
Mine's partly a character, but partly sort of like an inward projection. I based him a year younger than me. Things that I had previously gone through, they were then projected a year later into drag. It's the first song when I started sort of doing drag that I was like, I'm gonna do this one day, and it means a lot to me.
Inside there is still a person who thinks and feels and is still human, and people probably forget that when they see people dressed up.
You've got to be aware going into it as a non-binary AFAB person, you're almost more likely to get on the list to be a showcase of diversity. Automatically people say, oh, you're a bio queen. I mean, I'm not trying to make a message, I'm dressed up in an aesthetic way. Explaining that and navigating that is quite difficult. But I find it nice because when I dress up femininely, it makes me feel like I am directly playing with gender and I'm dressing up as a gender, and it sort of reassures me in where I am as well.
I think Norwich has a really progressive and welcoming drag community, but I don't know if the rest of England knows that. But now I think Liv's just trying to have fun and kind of celebrate who they already are rather than try and emulate other people. Just being a practicing queer artist, I guess.
I hope that in the wider scale of things it will pay off eventually. People will realise that we have built ourselves from the ground up. In the future I would hope that we are elevated from where we currently are, because it's what we deserve.
To be part of something like this, we're in control of the current and the near future. I might not want to be a famous drag performer, but I want to work with other people.
I would like people to see me as I see others. I want to be able to look at myself and be like, that was good, I'm going to do that again, with no changes. I feel like I am going towards that.
Instead of thinking of it in a family setting, we're all basically children.
Yeah.
And we're running
and we're
around.
all just running
Exactly.
around, looking stupid, doing stupid
Because
things.
we can. Sort of.
And because it's our scene, like, there's no one telling us what to do. We're all on this level, there's no one above us being like, you can't do that, because I said you can't do that.
It's exactly what we want to do, and it's our own special thing. And not many people in this world get that experience.
Welcome to Columbus Savings Bank, where hospitality comes first, kindness comes second, and your financial affairs are a very close third. My name is Salvatore. Is there something I can help you with?
Well, I'd hope so. You're like the third customer service rep that's sent my
You have an
way.
account with us, Miss Beckett.
Yes, and I'd like to
I
access.
have your account number.
No, that's the thing, I don't have it. I was just speaking to your colleague and she's...
Take your social security number.
I don't have a social.
How can you not have a social? Every American is born with one.
I'm not American. I'm being deported from the country and I have to move my money to a foreign savings account.
Oh, please hold.
It's so far. It's not that far. It's such a move. So much walking.
Thanks for waiting, Miss Beckett. Miss Beckett?
I hope the wait wasn't long.
Yeah, it was.
Can I have your full name again?
Bellamy Beckett.
And your date of birth? Your address? Your emergency contact? Your mother's maiden name? Your bra size? Your grandfather's burial place? Your first pet?
It was a Japanese fighting fish called Igor. Would you please just get me into my account?
Oh, she said please. Okay, let's see. I've put in all your information, but some of your responses are incorrect. I can't allow you access to your account.
Sal, my good friend Sal. Did you spell my last name with one T or two?
Two.
There's one. There's one bloody T in my last name, you twat.
Please hold.
Whoa there, cowgirl.
We're really high up.
I got you.
What if I fall?
I wonder if that happens.
What if I want to?
Marry me.
Let's get married. Let's get married.
Bellamy, you're crazy.
Yeah, of course I'm crazy.
What am I gonna do with you?
Yeah, it's Sal again from Columbus Savings Bank. Hospitality comes first, kindness comes second, and your financial affairs are a very close third.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Save me. The absolutely ridiculous spiel. Did you get into my account or not?
I did. And you just have to pay our closing fee.
Bellamy. I want a wedding. A real wedding. A bridezilla reception that'll make my sisters jealous. My family, your family, photographer. A real photographer. Not your hipster cousin who fucks with a 35mm. And I don't want it to be forced. It's not a get out of jail free card, it's our lives together.
But Val, we can't have that. If we don't get married now, they'll send me back to England, and you seriously think you'll love me hard 5,000 miles away? Listen, Sal, I've got an international flight, 2 months left on my lease that I've still got to pay for, student loans coming out of my ears, and now I've got to pay for this too.
It's standard procedure, Miss Beckett. If you read the terms of condition.
Yeah, I'll give you a condition. I'll give you blocked kidneys. I can do that right now.
That won't be necessary, ma'am. Destroying my kidneys does not fulfill the cancellation fee.
Look at you, all professional.
Stop it. What if they reject my visa?
Everything's gonna be all right.
That's so easy for you to say. You're like an anchor telling the ocean wave not to mind the tide. I'm scared of things I'm not even scared of. Because if I'm not afraid of losing something, I'll end up losing it. It's like the fear of losing it is the only reason I haven't lost it. Like when I fly on planes and I have to imagine the entire flight we're going down, because the one moment I calm myself, that's the moment we're going down.
Got you.
Why can't we just get married? I'm ready. Like, why aren't you?
B, it's too soon.
Yeah, but it'd make all my problems go away.
Let me tell you what. They try kicking you out the country, you and me, we'll get hitched. I'm nothing if not a green card.
Your application to renew your U.S. work visa has been accepted. In order to officially renew your visa, you must make an...
Nothing, if not a green card.
Miss Beckett, is there anything else I can do for you?